So today we are going to look at a quick lesson on direct proportion. So direct proportion is a posh name for when one thing goes up, the other goes up. So for example, if you're going on holiday and you want to go and change some pounds to euros, then the more pounds you put on the counter, the more euros that you're going to get. Equally, the more petrol you put in your car, the more the cost. So as one goes up, the other goes up in the same proportion. So I suppose if you could get 85 pence buys you €1, then £1.70 is going to buy you €2, and an extra 85 pence is going to buy you an extra euro because it's going up in the same proportion. And that is what direct proportion is all about. And my intention today is to show you a really sneaky, quick way of being able to work out direct proportion questions. So here's some really, really easy questions. And the idea of this is just to get you into the groove. You could probably work these out in your head, but what I want to do is show you the system using easy ones so that you can see what we do. So this is all about what do I know? So if we look at the first question, then we've got a recipe requires 3 eggs to make 7 cookies. How many eggs will be needed to make 14 cookies? Now, yes, you could work that out quite simply, but what I want you to get into the habit of is doing this. I want you to write down what you know. So we're talking about eggs to cookies. Okay, so eggs to cookies, and what we know is that 3 eggs will make 7 cookies. We want to make 14 cookies, so what I need you to be able to do is divide by the number above and then multiply across. So 14 divided by 7 is 2, 2 times 3 is 6. So there would be 6 cookies. Now I know this is very easy stuff, but when it gets more difficult numbers, if you've got this in your arsenal, then it really will help. Okay, so now we're talking cups of sugar to cookies. So we've got sugar to cookies. And again, what we know is that we've got 4 cups of sugar make 8 cookies. So we write down what we know. We want to make 24 cookies. So we divide by the number above and multiply across. So 24 divided by 8 is 3, and 3 times 4 is 12. Okay, and final nice simple one. We are looking at sugar to pastry. So we've got sugar to pastry, and we are being told that 180 grams of sugar will make 540 grams of pastry. We are going to use 5,400 grams of pastry. So divide by the one above. Okay, so we always divide by the one above. So 5,400 divided by 540 is 10. Times by the one across gives me 1,800. So we would use 1,800 grams of sugar. So we're going to use this system for much more difficult questions. So hopefully you can follow what I'm doing here. Okay, let's see if we can work out this question. Lisa makes fudge and sells it on a market stall. Lisa makes fudge using these ingredients: sugar 500 grams, butter 85 grams, and so on. So this is enough fudge for 4 boxes. Lisa wants to make enough fudge for 48 boxes, and she already has 1.4 kilograms of sugar, and it's sold in 1 kilogram bag. So what we want to know is how many bags of sugar she needs. So let's try and work out how much sugar that she needs. So what we know is sugar to boxes. We know that 500 grams of sugar will be enough fudge for 4 boxes. We want enough fudge for 48 boxes. So remember, divide by the number above. 48 divided by 4 is 12. Multiply across. So we are looking at 6,000 grams. 6,000 grams, there is 1,000 grams in the kilograms. So 6,000 grams is 6 kilograms of sugar is what we need. We already have 1.4. So if we take away the 1.4 that we have, she needs 4.6 kilograms of sugar. Now, because sugar is sold in 1 kilogram bags, then we will need to buy 5 bags of sugar. So 5 bags of sugar is what we need. Okay? So here is another previous functional skills question. And on the same line, we're going to write down what we know. So Sasha is the manager at a factory. Last weekend, 15 employees were assembled. 15 employees assembled 390 wardrobes. Sasha wants 1,200 wardrobes to be assembled next weekend. How many employees do we need? So this is what we know. Stop the video or pause the video, have a go at the question, and then come back when you think you have an answer. Okay, welcome back. So this one is about employees. So we've got employees and we've got wardrobes. So what we know, 15 employees make 390 wardrobes. We want to make 1,200 wardrobes. How many employees will that be? So we divide by the number above and we multiply across, and you should have ended up with 46.15 to 2 decimal places. Now, a quick reminder, we cannot have 46.15 employees, so my answer would be 47 employees. So we would need 47 employees, and that is 3 marks. Okay, so we have another functional skills past paper question. A woman is going to Spain for a holiday and she wants to book a hotel online. She finds that a hotel charges 84 euros per night. She thinks that will be about £100 per night. And what you know is the exchange rate pounds to euros is £1 is 1.12 euros. So can you answer this question? Pause the video and have a go, and then we'll look at it together. So how did you get on? Let's look at it together then. So here is what we know. So we know that pounds to euros, £1 is €1.12. We want 84 euros, so that goes in the euro column. We divide by the number above and we multiply across, and we end up with, and hopefully you ended up with, £75. So she thinks it will be about £100 per night. No, she's wrong. It would be £75. Well done if you got the answer right on that one. I'm getting very impressed. So here's another quick one for you to have a go at. Eddie drinks 12 litres of water in 5 days. So what we know is litres and days. At this rate, how much water would she drink in 3 days? So what do we know? What do we want to know? Pause the video and have a go. Right, welcome back. So we know litres of water and days. So I am just going to call that litres and days. And what I know is 12 litres in 5 days. I want to know how much water Eddie will drink in 3 days. So I divide by the number above and I multiply across. And you should get 7 litres. So 7.2 litres. If you got the right answer, you are doing magnificently. Well done. So we've got an A and a B here. So Janine, Carrie and Jay all buy the same type of ham from a supermarket. Janine buys 400 grams of ham for £2.56. So we know the weight and the cost. Carrie buys 350 grams of ham. How much does she pay? And once we've done that, using the same information, we can say Jay pays the cost of 7.36 for his ham, so £7.36 for his ham. How much does it weigh? So have a go and see if you can work those out. After you pause the video, work them out, come back and we will look at them together. Okay, how did you get on? Let's have a look. So we've got grams and we've got cost. What we know is 400 grams costs £2.56. But Carrie wants to buy 350 grams. So we divide by the number across above and we multiply across, and it should give me £2.24. So well done if you got £2.24. Okay, so Jay pays £7.36 for his ham. So let's just go back to what we know. Now you could have used either this one or this one, but you do already know that 400 grams is £2.56, but you could have used 350 grams is £2.24. You would have got the same answer. So Jay pays £7.36, so that goes under cost. So we divide by the number above and we multiply across, and you should have come up with 1150 grams, so 1,150 grams. Give your answer in kilograms. Did you read the question properly? Okay, 1,000 grams in a kilogram, so that is 1.15 kilograms. And you're doing brilliantly if you've got those right. So well done. This is a fairly simple question, but if you're struggling, just go back and watch it again until you get it. So this is really similar to the last one. So we've got kilograms of grapes and we've got cost. So pause the video, have a little go and see if you can work this one out. Very similar to the last one. So how did you get on? Let's work out what we know. So we are dealing with kilograms to pounds, and what we know is that 4.4 kilograms of grapes cost £5.94. But Alex wants to buy 3.6 kilograms of grapes. So we divide by the number above, we multiply across, and we will get £4.86. So Alex is going to pay £4.86. Well done if you got the answer correct. Okay, so this is a slightly trickier question, but you can use this system several times on this particular question, but it is quite a typical functional skills question. So be aware that sometimes you can use this system more than once in a question. So pause the video, have a go, and you're amazing if you can get this one. So how did you get on? Well, let's have a look. So Ian drives 540 miles, and what we know is that Ian Carr uses 1 gallon for every 42 miles. So let's just pop this down. This is what we know. Okay, so gallons to miles per gallon, if you like. Okay, so we also know that 1 gallon, so gallons to litres, is worth 4.55 litres. Now, we also know that a litre of petrol, so litre and costs, So 1 litre of petrol costs £1.39. Now, the advantage of this system is you will always do the right thing. Sometimes when we get brain freeze in an exam, it's quite hard to know, do I divide or do I multiply? This will keep you straight. So our gallons to miles, 1 gallon of fuel in Ian's car does 42 miles. And he is driving 540 miles. So divide by the number above, multiply across, and you will come up with 12.857. Okay, 12.857 is what we would do. We will then take that and move it over to here. Okay, and then again, we want to, because this is gallons, I can then divide by the number above, multiply across, and that will give me 58.5 litres. Now I know the litres, I can do that, divide by the number above, which is the same, anything divided by 1 will give you itself, and then multiply across, and I will end up with £81.31 to drive my 540 miles at 42 pence a mile. You did fantastically if you managed to get that right, so well done. Okay guys, so that is the end of this video on this time. We have got lots more, so please go and look at some more of the videos and hopefully they will help you. And we will do some practice videos after this. If you just click on next, it will take you to some practice questions. Well done, and thank you so much for joining me today.